Welcome back, and we've got a packed one today. Rappers and fans are still reacting to Drake's Iceman, and there's a lot to get into. We've got Joe Budden's reaction to getting dissed by Drake, Math Hoffa's take, Timbaland weighing in, and some records getting broken in the hip-hop space, including a Kendrick Lamar record that's got fans buzzing for reasons that'll become very clear. We've also got Rick Ross, who is looking increasingly embarrassed right now, because in hindsight, going on camera just hours before Iceman dropped and saying he didn't want to see Drake lose was one of the worst timed statements in recent hip-hop memory. He got dissed on the album, he's been getting roasted ever since, and every attempt he's made to respond has somehow made the situation worse. As you'll see later, he ended up backing down after starting a confrontation that's got rap fans genuinely cringing. And on the Eminem side, he sent a personal video message to Adam Blackstone celebrating his latest achievement. And for those who don't remember the name, Blackstone was the music director for the legendary Dr. Dre Super Bowl halftime show. Before we get into all of it, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and join the channel to earn your OG status. Now, let's start with Drake breaking records. Iceman opened to 140.2 million streams on Spotify, making it the second biggest opening day ever for a rap album on the platform. But that's not even the number Drake fans are most excited about. His track Make Them Cry pulled in over 13.2 million streams in its first 24 hours on global Spotify, making it the biggest streaming day ever recorded for a hip-hop song on the platform. And just like that, it surpassed Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. That milestone is hitting very differently depending on which side of the fence you're on. Drake fans on social media are pointing out that Not Like Us dropped as a standalone release during the absolute peak of the biggest hip-hop beef moment of the year, while Make Them Cry was track among 42 others on a full album, and still cleared it. Drake's critics, on the other hand, believe the streaming push wasn't entirely organic. It's the kind of debate that doesn't get resolved easily, and both sides are dug in. After a first listen, the standout single for a lot of people was Janice, and Timbaland is already on record with his reaction.
Now, me, baby. I don't know the words yet, but know my phone and baby. Take it from the king. That song gonna be timeless. Just that chorus. All right. Don't say I ain't tell you.
Now, Timbaland's cosign came with some extra context attached. Because of his recent and very public push for AI in music, his endorsement didn't land the same way it might have a few years ago. The internet picked up on it immediately, and the reaction was exactly what you'd expect. One viral take summed it up perfectly. In 2026, Timbaland liking your song is basically a threat. And honestly, given where he's been standing on the AI conversation, it's hard to argue with that energy. Then there's Joe Budden, who is somehow managing to enjoy the album even after getting cooked on it personally, which says something, either about the quality of the project or about Joe's ability to separate his ego from his ear, maybe both. And not only is Joe Budden loving what he's hearing, he's out here taking partial credit for it too.
They did a great job. And no matter who produced it, I'm glad that I'm hearing about 40.
Yeah.
Again, nostalgic for me. I need to hear about 40, because 40 ain't your other little friends, nigga. You heard what I said. 40 don't want to hear nothing I'm saying when I'm going through things. When I'm fucking up out there, he won't even listen to me. Yes. This is your real friend, and you ain't looked right in a little while, which is probably why he bounced. I'm glad he back keeping it real. I'm glad 40 came and said everything that I've been saying, but you love him.
The messenger matters.
No, I'm saying all of y'all that was telling me that he got to appeal to these kids, I don't hear it here.
There's a couple songs that are.
It's one that it wasn't saying that he has to.
I think he found a good middle ground.
Found a good balance.
He found a good middle ground to be an adult, and yeah, y'all can tell me what's for the kids, but this was always my point. If you just be you and talk about you and what the fuck you going through and how you feeling, you dictate it. You ain't got to follow behind fucking Sexy Red, even though she popped up on some other albums.
She
did. I hit skip so fast.
Nah, I like it with the one.
This is great.
This is great. This is phenomenal.
This level of vulnerability has been missing from me for a while.
Yeah,
it's
it
been,
has.
it's been kind of surface level.
Probably
It's
hasn't had
left me to come in here. No, that was the fucking Diana Ross of today.
Honestly,
That nigga's-
No, I'm saying
something is happening in this guy's life.
Yeah, he took some time to flesh some ideas out. Is what
Right.
I got mostly from all three of these albums.
Yes.
Is the last 6 years of Drake, maybe more. It seems like he's been ripping and running and not really taking his time with the music in the same way that he has on this project.
I agree with that.
You can feel the difference.
No, somebody
Yes.
jumped on your ass. You had to go sit your ass
That
down.
part. That
and
part.
Sit in a dark room. and
However you
figure some
got,
shit out on
however
your
you got
own.
there.
Nah, I ain't just saying however he got there, because that's back to my old beef. You was coming in here talking about what you was doing with these fucking 24-year-old bitch. Get the fuck these words. Fuck these crack one, be this vulnerable and really get into letting people know that he heard the dig deeper. And it sounds like he's listening to his therapist, even though she's attractive. Like, it's good way to kill this track one.
And not everyone was buying it. The reaction online was swift. People weren't holding back on calling out the credit grab. The general sentiment was pretty clear. Joe Budden's podcast trying to take ownership of Drake's creative direction is a stretch, and the coping energy coming from that corner right now is hard to ignore. To be fair, though, Joe Budden wasn't the only voice that had been pushing Drake to go deeper. That criticism existed well before he made it a talking point on his show. It was a fairly common sentiment across the hip-hop conversation leading up to this album. So the idea itself wasn't uniquely his, but the way he's positioning it certainly is. And Joe didn't stop there. Beyond claiming influence over Drake's overall creative shift, he also pointed to something more specific: the fact that Drake didn't link up with Lil Yachty or Playboi Carti on this project. And apparently, Joe wants some credit for that decision too.
Won't he apologize to me?
He did. He talked to you. He talked.
I said, why won't he apologize to me?
It's in the hour.
I'm not gonna keep harping on this. Yes, I am.
Hey, yo, dog.
All been saying was dig deeper, yo.
Yo, you got a mental.
Pause. And
I have a mental problem? How?
Yo, you'll find a way to center yourself. you great, boy. You are amazing.
Ish, you don't know me and this guy are kindred spirits.
I do know. I've said it.
You don't know that
I've
me-
said it for 5 years.
Him and I, the Drake fans are gonna call me crazy, but him and I, we connected in a way.
I said it for 5 years.
He explained on that one.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he told you.
Bubble shake.
Y'all connected in more ways than one.
Brothers, you might say.
And he gonna lie.
Right.
He gonna lie talking about, I wonder which one of his bubble shake. You know them all. you know every one of them, dog. About 8, 9. Shit. Anyway, the dig deeper part, I'm glad he keeps saying, I ain't gonna beat a dead horse, but yes, no Lil Yachty. Yes.
Word.
No, who else? Who else we was worried about? I was worried about. I couldn't get too excited about the project because I didn't know how he was coming. Pause. Like, I didn't know if he was gonna do his appeal to the young people shit. You just don't know. But yeah, lock them out the studio.
Leave Yeet and Yachty and them.
Yeah,
Salute to
Cardi.
them, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm cool, dog.
Now, whether the credit belongs to alleged ghostwriters or not is a separate conversation entirely, and one that doesn't have a clean answer. What is clear is that the rap performance on Iceman was solid. The pen felt sharper, the focus felt more intentional, and people noticed. It was rap heavy in a way that Drake doesn't always lean into, which is exactly why the question came up on social media. Is this Drake's best pure rap album in years? That debate is very much alive right now. And it's not just casual fans weighing in. A snippet from Math Hoffa's Iceman review has been circulating, and his take is generating its own conversation.
That hits home. I got identified with that. Fuck with it. Lyrically, I think that this is one of the few times that I've been lyrically, excited about his lyricism, because I'm hearing things and I'm like, oh shit, oh that was a shot at, it's like he went into full battle rap mode. There's schemes, punchlines. It's excessively bar heavy. There's certain joints that are excessively bar heavy. I see you crunching up your face. I don't
want to cut your wisdom. I don't want to cut your wisdom.
I'm not to shade you or nothing, but I don't.
No, you're a rapper. You're a rapper.
Right.
Respectfully, you're a rapper. You're a rapper.
Right, because I'm watching people do breakdowns and fuck it up real bad. I'm like, damn, they didn't catch that shit. But yeah, the joints that he's rapping, extremely bar heavy, and I like it.
And then there's the Future situation, which, as mentioned in previous videos, raised eyebrows the moment it was confirmed. The decision to still work with Future after everything that went down between their camps was a strange one. And what's worth noting is that even some of Drake's most dedicated fans are calling it out openly, which doesn't happen often. That level of pushback from within your own fan base is usually a sign that something didn't sit right with people. On the numbers side, their collaboration, Ran to Atlanta, actually set a new record for Future, becoming his biggest single day ever on Spotify, surpassing Way Too Sexy. So commercially, the song performed, but the reaction from Drake's core audience told a different story. One fan summed up the frustration bluntly. Seeing that kind of loyalty being rewarded yet again was genuinely disappointing to watch. It's a dynamic that deserves a real answer at some point. Whether that comes in an interview, a conversation, or somewhere else, Drake addressing the Future collab directly would go a long way for a lot of people who felt some type of way about it. And from a pure music standpoint, the Future feature came across as one of the weaker moments on the album. The chemistry felt off given the current context, and it showed in the listening experience. Joe Budden, for what it's worth, landed in the same place on this one, aligning with the take that's been out there since word first broke that Future would be appearing on Iceman.
This record because all I hear is strip club record. But I got a problem with Future being on this shit.
What? Why's that?
Get the fuck out of here, Future. You got some nerve. What are you talking about? Why is that?
Niggas said from
Are you
day
crazy?
one, I've never had an
Yeah, there
issue
was never
with
no
you.
issue with him.
I don't care.
It would have took a
And
real
I know that Drake has been saying, y'all don't know what's going on with me and Pluto. Eventually I'll get around to it, but we never did nothing wrong to each other. I got all of that. Still,
It's a
nah.
conversation. What's the issue then? The song that set off the beef that led to my quote-unquote demise, you were a part of.
No, it was
No,
on
it's your song.
It's your song. And you cleared it and you let it go with a trying to take my head off. I have a problem with that.
He didn't go. He didn't do that.
He didn't go.
And no. Stop. Because we writing history again. That verse on Like That was a response to what you and Cole did on First Person Shooter. So
I don't care.
I don't care.
But
You didn't take his head off,
what I'm
though,
saying. He didn't try to take his head off. Now
It took his head off.
that did not take
No,
his head
that
off.
ain't take his head off.
Your
Look,
actions got
that
your head
started the
taken
beef
off.
that took his head off. I don't care what you.
It was a jab.
Look, if that didn't take my head off.
Wait.
It didn't take his head off.
Hold up for a second.
If no song was made after
Hold
that,
up, please,
go ahead.
Mark, for a second. That was a jab?
That was a hell of a jab.
No,
Nice
that's a
jab.
hook.
That was a body
That was a
shot.
hook.
That was a
That
body
was a
shot.
body shot.
That was a body shot. It wasn't a knockdown.
Now y'all are rewriting history.
No, we
How
not.
about this?
No, we not.
It
a
was
hit.
crazy.
It was a hit.
No, it was crazy.
But yo, it was
we
a
were
body
here.
shot.
They dropped the beat
That
out.
song was
we
amazing.
said, holy shit. He swung on the nigga. He
was a
said,
body
fuck
shot.
J.
But it was
Cole.
a
No.
response.
The whole hip-hop world stopped. Don't make me do this on
Mark,
Ice Man Day, yo.
The point is, if Mark Lamont Hill is my man, I don't give a fuck if I punched a nigga first. If you drive the nigga that I punched to my house to punch me back, I have a problem with you. We're not talking about who started it. I don't give a fuck. You're my friend. You're not gonna drive this. Let that punch me on his own.
But
Let
I'm
him catch
Metro's
me in the-
friend more than your friend, and they could have talked about it and squashed that for their reasons.
See, I feel
And
you
my
on that point.
problem-
There's a Metro thing in
I
there,
don't
and
care.
I
You're
sided
still-
with Metro.
Ice.
That's my man.
Cool.
And Drake even said it. Yo, you let them drag you in it.
Pardon me for a minute now,
Yeah.
so y'all can stop screaming. I'm just saying, because I kind of agree with Ish. Piece it up with Future all day. He didn't have to be on this project.
And if you remember where all of this started, before Iceman even dropped, Rick Ross went on camera and said he didn't want to see Drake lose. That statement alone got him buried online. The reaction was immediate, and it wasn't kind. Rory and Mal also came out swinging at Ross for that moment, calling him out for inserting himself into the beef and then turning around and publicly hoping Drake wouldn't take the L. The criticism was sharp, and it landed. Then Iceman dropped, and as covered previously, Rick Ross came back with a response, called Drake washed, and while he was at it, took shots at Rory and Mal, labeling them glazers. But Ross didn't stop there. He also decided to go after Mal's close associate, the co-founder of Rockefeller Records.
Rory and Mally, I see why Joe Buttons fired you losers. You wanted equity. How dare you minions? Everybody log into Joe Buttons. Now Rory and Mally, and let Big Spurt know the boss wait for him to come kiss the ring. minions, Nick losers. Big's brother was Big's brother sucking on the dicks of his Big's brother. What's they name, Rory Maul? This what I'ma do. I wanna talk about Biggs Burke. That nigga, what, he ain't pay his taxes, how he went broke, what he was doing. He got caught with 20 bags of weed, some shit like that. He say he ain't have none of the royalties, none of the business, none of the money. Man, I'll make Dame go in on y'all. You glazers, sucking little peons. Big's brother was Big's brother, sucking all the dicks at her. That's how hustlers in the street niggas do it, man. Nick target those niggas, not the niggas who ain't even get chairs to sit down, not the niggas who get $300 Zales to talk. No, Big's brother, he gonna wanna call me? Come kiss the ring of the boss. It's a beautiful morning, perfect time to feed yourself the knowledge.
And that decision did not go the way Rick Ross might have hoped, because first up, Zip came on the Rory and Mal podcast and absolutely cooked him over it.
Know this or not, but I'm patched in with these niggas, right? So if you ever say some shit like that again about some shit, and I'm saying we gonna talk about how many you saw as a correction officer, because that's your job to look at the nuts and assholes and all of that. You did that. We not gonna be talking about suckers when you done saw more than the average man in this world. Like, there's not too many men on the planet Earth that saw more than you as a correction officer. Let's get that out the way. You had to strip search because you looked at the, you made it separate the from the, you made it turn around and spread his open. You did that as a correction officer. You signed up for that. So we're not gonna be talking about no imaginary dick suckers when you really did shit like that. Like, you saw more than the average star in 1 year. 1 year working, you saw more than the average star. Get the fuck out of here. You don't never say no shit like that to none of my niggas again. Fuck out of here. When you was taking urines? You was for the urine test? How many you saw doing that? You was to come take.
Yo, Zip.
Nah, let me cook a little bit. Let me cook a little bit. Yo, you ever took the urine?
Yo,
they ever gave you that job, Rick Ross? While you was a CO, they ever gave you that job, the urines? Like, you ever took the urines? Like, you ever had to watch it pee in that cup? Huh? You ever had to watch it soft, put his wee-wee in the cup and pee and make sure he don't put nothing in it? Huh? You ever had to do that, Rick Ross? Huh? Don't make my mans no imaginary dick eaters when you maybe in your job had to watch a nigga put a flaccid wee-wee in a cup and pee in it. Watch your fucking mouth. Respect my niggas is like don't do no shit like that no
Yo,
more.
after you said he had to do cavity checks, I look at the title Port of Miami way different.
Right, you had to do cavity.
Holy shit.
And Rick Ross can't catch a break because even the Joe Budden podcast is cooking him.
What do y'all think of the shit that Ross is doing online? Since we were just talking about the Aiden Ross shit, what do y'all trashing the album, saying he put out a 3-pack of mid? He's scrolling, reading all the comments of people saying this is mid. I don't want to play it because it's Iceman Day.
This is my thing. If you put out 40 songs, if it dropped at 12 o'clock, how do you really have a comprehensive review of what this album presents?
Well, he said he ain't even listened to it.
It's also not mid, so
it ain't mid. So well, if you ain't listened to it, how you saying it's a 3-pack of mid?
Because he's just reading comments. That's why I asked y'all, how do y'all think it comes off?
I think
bad.
For somebody that stands...
No, please.
For somebody that stands on honor, and this is where a lot of the street shit start getting conflated. Because if you stand on these principles that you say you stand on, you didn't hit a nigga's album. You say y'all ain't beefing. Why would you do that? For Rick Ross to say I'm this stand-up street and I stand on these morals and principles, I don't really have a beef with the nigga. Why would you do that?
The Raw shit looks shady because right after the verses, you sat down next to French and gave this whole soliloquy about how you don't want to see nobody fail. You not a hater, never been a hater. French is a real... You know French loves Drake. You and Drake got history, so just do you. We not rooting against nobody because that's not player.
I just think he
not even 2 weeks removed.
And then I hear shots on...
That's what's coming on the album.
It was a 12:02.
Stop it.
Fam,
I thought you didn't listen to it.
And it didn't take long for the whole thing to unravel completely. Within hours, Rick Ross folded. After coming at Mal's close associate publicly, he walked it back with a message that was almost painful to watch. The tone shifted entirely. Suddenly, it was about love, about respect, about leaving things there. The aggression was gone. The boss energy evaporated, and the internet caught every second of it. The reaction was swift and brutal. People pointed out that it went from Ross calling people out to Ross essentially being the one kissing the ring. He couldn't even stand behind what he said publicly for a few hours, and the reason was obvious to everyone watching. He didn't want real-world consequences behind his words. At 50 years old, getting pulled back that fast and that quietly is not a good look. Social media had one collective response: "Is this your boss?" Drake's associate Baca didn't hold back either, roasting Ross openly and making it clear that the whole situation confirmed what a lot of people already suspected. The consensus online landed in the same place. Rick Ross just learned the hard way that being the biggest boss is a title that has to be backed up, and in this moment, it simply wasn't. Before we wrap things up today, we've got Eminem showing love to Adam Blackstone, who just received a significant honor. Eminem sent a personal video congratulating Blackstone on his induction into the Philadelphia Music Alliance Walk of Fame Class of 2026, calling him out by name and expressing genuine pride in the achievement. Blackstone responded on Instagram, thanking Eminem and noting the timing couldn't be better with MMLP 3 on the horizon. And speaking of Eminem's catalog, the Marshall Mathers LP 2 recently hit 3 times platinum certification in the United Kingdom, joining a very short list of hip-hop albums to ever reach that milestone in the UK market. That's everything for today. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. I'm looking forward to hearing where you all land on everything we covered.